Howdy, gang, and welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. Thanks for joining me once again. Steamforged Games week rocks on, as today I will be unboxing and taking a first look at RuneScape Kingdoms Shadow of Elvarg from, obviously enough, the aforementioned Steamforged Games. This is designed by Matt Hart, Sherwin Matthews, Fraser McFetrich, and Jamie Perkins, with artwork provided by Doug Telford. And I have to say, I'm kind of amazed that all those names are easily pronounced, so hopefully I didn't butcher any of them. This game is for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, plays in 2.5 to 3 hours, according to what I saw on the Steamforged Games website. Now, other sources indicate it's 60 to 90 minutes, so I'm going to take a guess it's probably 2.5 to 3 hours. This is available now. It carries an MSRP of $79.99. All that said, let's swing on over to the other camera because here I've got RuneScape Kingdoms Shadow of Elvarg. Do want to mention before we jump on in that the fine folks over at Steamforged Games were kind enough to provide me with this review copy, but neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other sort of compensation for me to share this video with you. These days, it's important you know that. All right, let's get the shrink wrap off of this. I will point out this is a pretty hefty box. I'm going to guess it clocks in probably around 5-6 pounds. So it's got some heft to it. I know we've got miniatures in here, so we will be taking a close look at those. I also want to mention I have never played RuneScape, the video game, so I apologize if I mispronounce certain names and places. I'll do my best. Gielinard teeters on the brink of disaster. In Miss Helen, Count Draenor is out for blood, his cold grasp tightening around Draenor Village. Meanwhile, dark wizards hatch a secret plot to summon an ancient demon that can only be banished by a legendary sword. Elsewhere, dangerous fire cultists run amok, sowing discord and destruction. And all the while, the shadow of Elvarg looms ever larger over the kingdom, an imminent threat to burn it all down. Explore a sometimes epic, often irrelevant fantasy world unlike any other, where victory could hinge on an epic battle or simply on baking the right pie. RuneScape Kingdoms Shadow of Elvarg is a campaign game where your choices weave the story of your adventuring party. Using a game board styled like a fast travel map, you'll jump from region to region as you level up your skills and complete quests before zooming in for face-to-face boss fights. And there's a little bit more information, plus what the box contains. We're going to see for ourselves when we pop on inside. So we've got some artwork. That's cool. I like that. We have our rule book. Looks like we've got some pads here for our characters. We'll dive on into that stuff in a few moments. First, let's take a peek at the rule book here. So we get a breakdown of your first time playing, getting started, a rules section, mini bosses. We've got boss fights. Campaign 1, Vampire Slayer. Campaign 2, Demon Slayer. Campaign 3 is Flame Slayer. And Campaign 4, Dragon Slayer, who must be Elvarg. Showing our components, various different cards, tokens, miniatures. So it looks like we've got 5 starting adventurers and 5 leveled up adventurers, plus our 4 main bosses. Map, campaign board, mini boss board. Here's our tutorial. I will be very honest. I have heard through the grapevine that the rules presentation is a little wonky. We shall find out when I get this to the table, because I will be reviewing RuneScape Kingdoms Shadow of Elvarg in the near future. Just kind of flipping through the rule book here relatively quickly, talking about taking our turn, move, explore or perform a quest action, and perform a bonus action. So we've got exploring capital regions and exploring them, performing a quest action, bonus actions, equipment, schematics, and recipes, because I do believe there is some crafting involved with the board game. We also have some side quests. The rulebook is available as a PDF, so if there are changes to the rules, you should be able to download that fairly easily from the Steamforged Games website. We've got our boss fights. So we've got a battleground, equipment and boss fights, party hit points and initiative cards. We've got an initiative track, a hit point board, rounds and turns. So we get an adventurer's turn. So we have range, skill test, pass effects, getting experience points. And then we got the boss turns. So movement and attack. Then we get a breakdown of our campaigns. So we have 4 of them. So I would guess the first 3 are to level up your characters to prepare them for the big boss fight against the dragon. I do like that cover art. Very reminiscent of old Dungeons and Dragons. So I like that. That's pretty cool. So we got endings of the campaigns and a section for notes, as well as a reference on the back. So we also have this sheet for our characters. There are quite a few of them. They are single-sided. Well, I shouldn't say single-sided. They are dual-sided, but they only take up one side of the page. We got about maybe 15 of these. Pretty thick, though, I will point out. And, of course, you can easily scan these and print out your own. Looks like we've got some battle boards here. Got a few of these. And they are dual-sided. So I would take a guess that we have one side for the boss battle, and then on the back of each of these, we have another campaign. So I would take a guess that the layout is something like this. So as an example, I'm taking a guess. It's kind of color-coded here. So this is our Dragon Slayer. We've got our Demon Slayer. Wouldn't be shocked if it's something like that. Or maybe that's our Fire Slayer, or Flame Slayer, I should say. Sweet. Very cool. Should also mention the cardstock, nice and thick. This will hold up really nicely at your game table. Next, we've got some tokens. In fact, looks like we've got a bunch of tokens here. Some punch boards. Here is our region map. It looks like kind of our fast travel map. Just like so. The various different kingdoms. Edgeville, Lumbridge, Burthorpe, Felindor. Gotta say, like the graphic design of this. Then we've got our punch boards. Here's our adventurer's hit point board, our mini boss board. And then we've got all of these various different tokens. Give you a little closer look. As long as a Panasonic autofocus is behaving today. There you go. Then we also have experience points. So we've got different gold pieces, the clan bank. So we've got that. And then we've got an insert that holds our miniatures and our decks of cards, as well as our dice. What I am going to do is I am going to actually zoom in so we can get a closer look at the miniatures as well as some of the cards. We're not going to look at each and every card in all of these decks, but we are going to take a closer look. So give me a sec and I will actually zoom on in. We have got 6 stacks of cards here, and I'm going to get the shrink wrap off of each of these. I get the feeling that we have particular decks for each of the campaigns. That is my guess. And these cards do have a linen finish. I'll tell you what the card stock is like in just a second here. See if we can sort these out. Okay. So let's see. Just taking a peek. Dragonfire Wrath. Dragonfire Vortex. Dragonfire Storm. Here's our battleground, I believe. Stone Spikes, Flat Ground, Lava. Rain of Fire. Torn Asunder. Dragonfire from Above. Shadows over Asgarnia. And it's giving us a breakdown of the card itself. Burning Destruction. I would think possibly that for the AI, for the campaigns for the big bosses, you might actually draw individual cards from the deck, and that's what the boss does. I like how there's unique artwork on each. That's pretty cool. Okay, I just said that, and then we get dupes. Okay, that is our Dragon Slayer. We've got our Flame Slayer, Dark Wizards, Dark Forces, Dark Magic Surge, Fireball, Rockfall, Battleground again, Spell of Destruction, Gillenor Ablaze. All right. So let's see. I think these are region decks because these look like they match up with the banners on that fast travel map. Varak. A chicken. There we go. I guess that's where the vampire is. Edgeville. I guess you're looking for the various different regions in these areas. So here we've got Ice Mountain, Goblin Village, and Black Knight's Fortress. Got the Vampire Slayer, Sandwich Lady, the Noob, Special Delivery, Magic Cape, Range Cape. So our initiative, just numbers? No, Knight, Archer, Wizard, Skiller, and Clue Hunter. So kind of give you an idea what the event cards look like. Here are the side quests. Witch's Potion. Witch's Potions, Inc. Bandit Hunting. Cook's Assistant. Black Knight's Fortress. And then we got these vault cards. Demon Slayer. Components for a Ritual. Fight the Fire. A Dwarven Smith. I have to say, so far, this does look unique. Certainly does. And then these are all vault cards. The largest stack out of all of these are the vault cards. So we've got that. So we do have the insert that holds the cards and the miniatures. I will mention the plastic seems a little bit flimsy. So next up, we're going to take a peek at the various different miniatures. Let's begin with our heroes. So here we've got the archer. And I think this is a beginning character. This is not a leveled up character. And then we have, I think this is the clue hunter. Yeah, for some reason, the autofocus isn't locking on this blue very well. There we've got that. I think this was the skill character. It's like they've got a pick. I would say the detail on these is pretty good. The Epic Encounters line with Epic Encounters and Local Legends, the sculpts are much more detailed than this. I will say, though, not a lot of give to the plastic, so that's good for when you're painting these up. So it looks like we've got the wizard. Looks a bit more like a witch than a wizard. So we have got that. We've got a warrior. So there's a little bit of a Roman vibe to it. So they are in plate mail. Then I think this was the clue seeker again, but now I think this might be leveled up. These might be leveled up characters we're seeing now. It's got them. Looks like our warrior again. I would think these would paint up pretty nice. Our wizard. There you go. That looks like a leveled up wizard, I would think. There we go. That looks like a demon. Honestly. So I wonder if some of these are mini bosses. I don't know. Because I thought it said that it had 10 adventurer miniatures, although it's possible that you might have a variety of different characters. So this is the archer. Now, this definitely looks like this is a leveled up archer. All right. So we've got that. Now, let's take a look at our bosses. So this is our vampire. And we've got the vampire emerging. Oops. From its coffin. It's kind of cool. It's a little mini diorama here, as opposed to just having a miniature of a vampire. I will take a guess that this is our demon, maybe? It's either our demon or our flame creature. As you can see, looks like these bosses have maybe a touch more detail in the sculpts. Just a wee bit. Okay, so this is definitely our flame monster because this is a demon. No doubt about that one. Yeah, nice stiff plastic. I mean, there's going to be some give with something like this because it's so thin, but it's not real soft. So if you paint these up, as long as you're picking these up by the base, moving them around by the base, you won't have any issues with the paint flaking. And then finally, we've got our dragon. This is actually the biggest of the miniatures. This is Elvarg, the finale to the campaign. In fact, the subtitle of the game is Shadow of Elvarg. So this is when Elvarg emerges from the shadows. Gotta say, the miniature is pretty nice. I do like these miniatures. I think the sculpts are very solid, especially when you compare them to some of the sculpts for miniatures that come with board games. They tend to be pretty lacking. These look pretty good. These are pretty good. All right, so we've got all of the miniatures. So this is our insert here. Also holds some dice. But as I had mentioned, seems a little flimsy. Not terrible, but not real thick. All right, we've got all the miniatures. We've got all of these cards. We have got the various different boards and punch boards of tokens and character sheets, our rule book, and of course, that cool cover artwork, very reminiscent of old D&D, the old basic set. All right, that is a peek inside RuneScape Kingdoms Shadow of Elvarg from Steamforged Games. Once again, this is available now. It is for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 and up. I do believe it plays in 2.5 to 3 hours. It does carry an MSRP of $79.99. And I should hopefully have a review of this in the not too distant future. Of course, stay tuned. I am going to wrap up Steamforged Games Week tomorrow with a first look at RuneScape Kingdoms, the role-playing game. Nice. That's it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ring that bell, because it'll not only let you know when I share videos such as this unboxing and first look. Something was stuck on the cover of the box. But if you ring that bell, it'll also inform you when my live stream, the Gaming Gang Dispatch, airs Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more you are not going to find here on YouTube. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for watching. And until I see you next time, I certainly hope all of you get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang.